Hey everybody, Big Mess coming to you live from Tuckasegee Fly Shop in beautiful downtown Sylvan, North Carolina. Not that we have nothing against our Bryson City shop location or our Waynesville shop location. This is just where the technology is, so hence we're doing the videos here today. Here in front of me we have some fantastic reels, amazing reels. And these reels really start to differentiate themselves away from some of the other reels that we carry here at Tuckasegee Fly Shop and at flyshopusa.com. We're going to be talking about the Nautilus and the Hatch. In the Nautilus, we're going to be talking about the X series, and in the Hatch, we're going to be talking about the Iconic series. Understand that with Nautilus, they have several series. And the Hatch, this is the Iconic series, which is a new series that just came out recently as well. When you start to look at reels like this, you're getting into a fully CNC machined, heavy-duty built reel. And I stress this. These reels will do anything from a trout to a tarpon, depending on which reel series you get and, of course, the size. But these things are built super tough. I want to say bulletproof because I don't think anything's bulletproof, but this is about as close as it gets when it comes to the fly fishing industry. In some cases, they can be a little overbuilt for what we're doing here in our part of the state. However, having a tool that's going to meet or exceed your expectations on the water gives you tons of confidence when you're maybe chasing that fish of a lifetime and you get that one shot. You don't want your equipment to fail, and if that's the case, these are the things you're looking for sure. We're going to start with the Nautilus series today. This is a Nautilus. This is the X series. These are made in Miami, Florida, here in the United States, USA. These reels have an open frame reel design, so you see this openness in here, so it allows your lines and things to dry out exceptionally quick. It's light. It adds strength, drag smoothness, and fast line pickup. This is a really unique design that Nautilus has on this. They have these X series beams that go from the center to the outward. They also add strength to this particular reel, and it gives you a really wide line guard. So as we can see in here, we've got this line guard in here, which is helping keep that line from coming off of the spool itself. And we also have, when I take this spool off, this recessed area that the frame is going into as well, which is really keeping that line from coming out. That's been some problems in the past. It has a totally new SCF X drag. It's sealed Teflon and carbon fiber disc drag system. That's super important. When you start to think about some of the larger fish that these reels are designed for, and you got that drag working, okay, let's not think about these 4-inch trout. Let's get into your bigger items here. You're creating heat. That heat has got to be dissipated. So when you step up into a reel of this caliber or Nautilus reel of this caliber, you're starting to get those other components, which is allowing for that to take place. Well, what does that mean? Well, it means you don't have a drag failure. Let's say, for instance, that you've booked a trip with the captain and you're going after permit. You don't want to have a reel failure, and you don't want it to fail in your drag. You don't want to have that happen. You might have had one shot. You've waited out. You've pulled around. You've worked the area, and you don't want something to go wrong. You don't want a reel failure to happen. So that's what we're talking about here. They have actually increased the strength of this reel by 35%. It has an external balance, a counterbalance. The foot on this reel here is replaceable. However, if you look at one negative versus this, and if you look at the Hatch, which is fully CNC machined, it could be 1 point of corrosion. That could be important to you, or it may not be important to you, but we definitely want to mention that to you. The drags are reversible as well in both of these reels. I'm going to loosen that up, and I'm going to remove that. And the way that you do that, you see this stays affixed to your spool, but it screws. Okay, there's no buttons. And then we get into that drag system that I was talking about there for you. That SCF-X drag is sealed, fully sealed. You're keeping out all the salt water, all the corrosion, and it's just bulletproof made there for you. I mean, it's just like if you were towing a trailer. Do you want to tow a trailer that has trailer brakes on it? Or do you want to tow a trailer that has no trailer brakes on it? When you get into these drags, these are trailer brakes, if I can put that out there in layman's terms for you. You see it's fully screwed in, it's totally sealed up. You should never be in this drag system at all, none whatsoever. Once again, it is made in Miami. You can see the X frame that I was talking about earlier, super strong. And to be honest with you, I have this particular reel and I really enjoy fishing this reel. I love the way it sounds. I love the way it balances. I just really, really do like that. Some folks don't. You got a lot of flexibility in adjusting your drag. It's very, very large. You think about your wet environment, so when it's wet or you've got action going on there, it's easy. It's easy to grab. They definitely didn't skimp on the size of that. That right there is could be 3/8 of an inch, between a quarter and 3/8 of an inch wide when it comes to that. Then you got a lot of room if you want to, you know, kind of palm this here too. It's really large. You see the difference in that width. So you can actually palm that spool as well, and you have more area for friction if you want to palm it. But that right there is a Nautilus X series. It goes from an XS, or extra small potentially, to an XL Max. So think about it from trout to kind of maybe tarpon, billfish, permit, things like that. Wide range. If you're interested in one of these and we don't have this side, potentially we could order it if it's available to come in from Miami. So that right there is the Nautilus X series. Now we're going to step up here into the Hatch. This is the Hatch Iconic, American made. It's actually made in Southern California. This has a new 6-fin window design, kind of a throwback. But once again, like the Nautilus, it's more opportunity for air to get in there and to dry your lines, but also weight. Because of the billet type aluminum that these reels are made out of, it's super strong and it's got some weight to it. So you try to lighten up the load just as much as you can. You can see your disc drag control is here on your side. Not quite as big as the Nautilus when you look at the two if you want to compare them. However, it does an equal job as well. Can't go wrong with either one. External counterbalance weight. You do have the ability to palm this reel if you want to as well. Just like with the Nautilus, you're going to unscrew here on the side, remove your spool. Sealed drag system as well. It has the machined reel seat, which you can really tell now that I've taken that off. Get a little bit closer look. Corrosion. You think about the environments that some of these reels could be used in. Corrosion, salt water is it's awful. It's awful for sure. They've got improved sealing on your drag system there as well, and it actually has a new drag system. It's kind of a carbon-filled drag material. It dissipates heat faster. It also creates a little bit smoother field. And if you looked at the previous Hatch model to the Fanatic, there is a little bit of difference between the two there for sure. You can definitely feel that. This thing here goes from a 3 all the way up to an 11, and the way they do that is plus, like a 3 plus, a 4 plus, 5 plus, 7 plus, so on and so on and so on. So your 3, kind of think about that as a 3 to 5 weight, a 4 to a 6 when it comes to trout. Your 5 plus is a 5 to a 7. So that's kind of getting you from your trout to your smallmouth bass from us. When you get into the 7, you're looking at the 7 to 9 if you want to get in more that redfish type category and so on and so forth. So like I like to say, Trout the Tarpon I think is a good call on both of these companies that we have here, whether it's Nautilus or a Hatch. If you have any more questions about these reels, and if you're looking for a particular size, maybe you're looking for that 9 plus in this, holler at us. You can reach us at 828-488-3333, or you can stop by the shop. It's 530 West Main Street, Silva, 3 Depot Street, Bryson City, and 110 Depot Street in Waynesville. Imagine that, 2 Depot Streets, but I did get the numbers right on this. We appreciate you folks for watching. Be sure to give us a thumbs up and share this video with your friends. We look forward to seeing you guys on the next video. Y'all take care.